Good afternoon, konnichiwa gozaimasu, and buenas tardes. This is Oriasan. This is a video response to Miss Mandy Dickey asking about the materials that I previewed briefly in my panel at last year's MatsuriCon. I'm going to do this quick. I'm going to show you it once, and then you're going to have to do it. Essentially, that's how this video is going to go. Utensils. There's a lot of tools. Mainly these shears. They're different angles. One's right, one's left, one's straight. I believe this is the left cut, that's the right cut, this is the straight cut. Depending on the shape of your plastic, you're going to see me grab different ones. So you're going to have to look at the color coding. Yellow will be the straights. Red, right. Green, left. I will use the same hand, but you'll notice it'll create a different curve. So right, left, we'll put them in respective sides. Straights. Grease pen to mark. I sharpen mine. I'm just weird, I guess. X-Acto. Pin. Scissors. Pliers. I'm going to try and show you multiple techniques to pretty much utilize just this to build and make it stick to itself. Also, heat gun. Everything's going to get loud real quick, so hopefully I can get this done in about 5 minutes for you. This is your bluish material. It's very, if you notice, this is somewhat okay. But the issue with this is, it has this weird discoloration when you bend it. But it can also be brittle in some points. Like right there, it's already starting to rip. So that's the blue material. This is good for something like a bracer. That's what I demonstrated in the panel. A bracer, something like that. The color change and cut is, well, this is going to be the easiest. These is blue material. You can use straights right through it, and you see how easy it goes right through. Rights are also no issue. You can tell where you're impacting, though, with these. Because that piece of the plastic turns white. Okay. This is good for like some clean circles. Because if you see there's no real burrs, that can be easily cleaned up with a Dremel. It's very, very, very smooth. So yeah, like all that, that's extremely smooth right there. So that's your blue material. With the cutting, heating, wear respirator all the time. With this, always run high. Angles, remember, I'm right-handed, so I'm faster with this hand. My left hand just needs to be somewhat steady and do small circles. So for this, the color change, I'll get close to the camera so you can see it. Hopefully I don't melt my camera. But here soon, it's going to get darker. That's its color change. I don't know if you see that, but where I'm heating is darker and gets very, very, very shiny. So this material, when it's heated, it smells horrible, by the way. I'll just find out something else with heat guns. That little stand, you can do that. So with this being that way, it creates nice curves, nice smooth curves with this material here. So something like a bracer would be really good with that because you can roll it really easily. But with all plastics, if you touch it, wearing gloves is always good. You're going to get like a fingerprint maybe or something in there. So it reacts very, that's weird. It's like a lady's face here. It reacts very interestingly to touch and heat. Give me a second. Oh, that's interesting. But the grease pens are good to mark. Let's say I was actually going to make something. I don't know, I just saw a face. So the good thing about this material is you can come in from whatever angle. But yeah, this heat gun can be set up. I know I'm going over 5 minutes, but I'm trying to get there for you. So you can come in with the neck here. Or since now I have this crease, I can then take this, heat my crease with this blue material. Again, you want that heat at an angle. You can kind of see I'm this way Follow that front bevel. Follow the front bevel of the heat gun. I'm burning my finger. Yeah, you want to heat all that right there, both sides. And then cut it off. You can slide that in there and just press it. It's the sliding and pressing with heating one side material. I'm trying not to burn my fingertips while doing this. That's where the pliers come in. You can get that nice shape, kind of like those old wooden toys. And you take your pliers and press down that hot material. Something like that is semi-fused now. That's your blue materials. Or your... This is like a big rain bucket, a big blue bucket. It has the woven white handles. I don't know the exact plastic makeup of it, but you can tell. Just give it a little, if you're in a thrift store, don't break it, but just give it a little tug, and if it turns, like right there, it's turning white. Right there, I'll do this corner here, away from the light. Look at this corner where my thumb is. You see how it's turning white as I bend it? That's how you can tell what material you have with that. Watch that. And it's, again, brittle, this material. Yeah. Next, this is a lid to a storage container. Right there, you can see the writing. I like this material. It's white. The color change in this is very similar to the blue. And the cutting also very similar. You can use straights fairly easily. But this kind of snaps when you cut it. It doesn't really butter. Kind of gives a different sound. So that's also a way you can tell the material. This has slightly more jagged edges. Heat on this is fairly okay. You have to do both sides. I think I did stab myself. You'll do that. And also the top is kind of like a porous texture. This is more like a PVC. And with that, it actually burns. You can see those fumes coming off of it. This, I don't like heating. This is like a PVC. These are the white lids. Sometimes they're different colors, but they're very textured. I don't like these at all, really. They burn. It's just a PVC. It's like PVC tubing. It's good, but if you see, it starts to like crack and splinter when you heat it and brown. I don't like that. They stink. But my favorite of all is this clear stuff. It's like Tupperware. I'm gonna go put on another respirator. All right, there we go. I just didn't want to be muffled, but this stuff stinks. It's PVC. It is. In a pinch, that's probably your go-to. It's in between. That's why I put in between. It's in between both. This is my favorite. It's the clear stuff. Absolute favorite. I'm actually going to build this full bracer here. Heat gun. This is like Tupperware, honestly. This is the polyethylene, I believe it said. On this, you want to be quick with the heat on this one. This is a quick heat. That's why I'm using left hand to hold, quicker hand to heat. And as you can notice, let me see, this turns translucent. Or, well, transparent. That's the best way. But it also does allow more light to go through. So it becomes less opaque and more translucent. Allows more light and more clarity, more sight. But as you can see right there, that I was going from clear to that kind of foggy. It's losing its heat. Clear is the best time to heat this. Again, clear is the best time to heat this and bend it and form it. Again, wear a respirator. This stuff stinks. This likes to bend towards the way of your heat. So remember that. This likes to bend towards the way of the heat. So again, I'm making an arm. I gotta find my mannequin's arm, but you can watch that change color through the light. Right there. Watch the light change through that. Bring out your mannequin arm, if you have one. This stays hot for a while. This retains heat really well. So this has the most work time. Oh, that is hot. Hot, 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 hot. Oh, hot, hot, hot. This also really takes fingerprints too, so be careful on that. But this makes one hell of a gauntlet. That's hot. This is good. This is what I actually built the Kuros helmet out of, is this.